And then when it comes to dogging women, it's whatever floats your boat. Um, it might not be, my MO or just what I do, but whatever floats your boat. I can see I can't really see like the necessarily the the greatness in that, but at the same time, I can see where you're coming from. So, and then sometimes it's just like you feel like that you got to do what the cards was dealt with. And for some people, it's like if you see how kind of people can be, it's like you gotta adjust it. It might even just be from your vantage point, like from your point of view. And sometimes it's like mm, I don't know, you just kind of get this kind of way of thinking and kind of roll with it. But I think in his videos I was talking about last night, and you probably didn't get these before, but I feel I was gonna say my mind just went blank again, but yeah, you can just feel like sometimes like the ways of the Lord are like not as good as the ways of the world. Like sometimes it feels like the ways of the Lord. You're like you're losing in life. It's like even if you'll get like this super like God will greet you and say well done. After you die, it's like what do you do when you're living? Though it's like what you just gonna be living in this kind of like hell or like like just kind of like depressed or like like non-winning state because you with God, you with Jesus or whatever, and like you're like repping Christ, but it's like like it seems like everyone who ain't repping Christ, like who just living wild, it's like they're actually getting getting everything that great. Like at least seems great. Like everything that's shiny and gold. You know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes that shiny shit can like seem like it's like word. Like I'm saying they're winning. It's like you're just like trying to do this, God fearing thing and like, walk with Jesus and really, live it out. But it's like for you, it's like, you ain't getting nowhere. Like you just, Like, cause yeah, it's like, like just cause you walking with Jesus don't mean, you ain't, you don't see the curves. Like it ain't like, women just automatically, just don't um, appeal to you no more. But it's like when you walking with Jesus, it's like you think about the women differently. At least you want to, and you strive to see women as made in the Lord's image, creatures that God made. So it's like you want to definitely hold them to that kind of standard. You don't got to see them, like a simple like they are God, but you don't got to see them like they're not either. But just they're works of art. But it's like you got to see it like God made these creatures. So it's like what do you do with that? Even if they are kind of acting acting crazy. It's like that don't mean you gotta. You kind of treat them how they project themselves, but at the same time, you just don't gotta deal with me. Like so, if they want to do that, then you just don't gotta deal with them. Love them from a distance, and I don't even know about pray for them, but just like kind of spread the love that you got. Like and kind of the world at large probably ain't gonna catch on. And I don't believe like in the whole thing about necessarily going to heaven or hell and all that. I just feel like I don't know how I feel, but I just want to please God just because I feel like God's been so good to me and just also He's our creator, so it's like why wouldn't His ways be the ways the righteous path that you just like the right way. Like the right way to do things, even if it might seem like um, it's like damn, like everyone else is winning. But it's like something about it, if God created you, it's like He must know something about something. He must know what He's talking about. people say like, the Bible's outdated and stuff like that. It's not about, um, the Bible so much. It's about taking lessons from the Bible. So you don't have to always, you ever heard of a parable? It's not about like necessarily the exact thing they're saying. It's not like even like a metaphor. It's like, saying, like, you take the lesson from it. Not, you don't have to, just because they're saying they're I don't know. Like, like, just don't take it like super like too literal. You get the message from it. You get the meaning of it, and you take from it. Like, what what is to be taken from it. You don't have to take it so literal. So um, think about that. Because people just, it might be an excuse though, just like, oh, the Bible, like, nah, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, if it talks about sexual purity, it's like, what does it have to do with, like, there was women then. There was women and men then. It's like, there's women and men now. So how are you gonna say it's outdated? Like, that makes no sense. I'm just saying. Some things like might be like outdated, but a lot of stuff, and like I said, like, you take the message, you don't necessarily have to take it so literal. So think about that and just, reflect and kind of, be introspective. I like that word. You know what I'm saying? Like, be introspective and think, like, are you just making excuses, or you really feel that way? You really feel like you can't learn nothing from God's word? Like, it doesn't apply. You know what I mean? Like, you really feel that way, or you just saying that so you can continue to live in sin. Like, just live the way you want to live. Instead of doing what's right in the Lord's eyes. You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say. Have a great day too. One more thing I wanted to say too is just like, that's kind of how it works. I was like, start off with one video. It is kind of like one video at a time. Just started off with like one idea in my head, like a few ideas in my head, and I was like, I'm gonna make a video, maybe make two, but just kind of just started flowing, and one video turned into two, and two videos turned into 10. So I don't know how many videos I just made, but yeah, it's been a good, roughly 50 minutes of just, straight content today. And like I said, it comes pretty, it just flows, So, and like I said, I've been, reading books and stuff too, so I even have a lot of, a lot of insight from those books. The books I've read, the art of, no, not the art, I keep saying art, but it's the Tao of Wu, the RZA book, Wu-Tang, like the organizer of the Wu-Tang clan, so, he imparts a lot of wisdom in that book, and then, like I said, I'm gonna definitely get that book. So I'm actually, keep my word on that. I'm gonna work on, keep my word on that, because sometimes it's like, change your mind. But since I've been mentioning it, and I kind of do want to get it. I even, set it up so I can get it. So it's like I definitely want to get it, especially if it's like, attainable. So I want to get that book, and then another book I've been reading, Charlemagne the God of Black Privilege. Black Privilege. I'm already on like page 80. So I've been reading a lot more. Since I did, drop out of school, and even before I was starting class, before I dropped out of it, I was like, I want to read just to practice for reading. But I like to read, because even like, books are in school. Like the RZA's book, it could easily be taught in a class. So it's like, reading has to do with a class, and even like reading activates a different part of your brain. I hear it makes you a more interested person, and like, just there's stuff in books that aren't necessarily, like the written word's crazy, and then like there's stuff in books that aren't necessarily, on video format, aren't out there online, or stuff in books, hidden gems and stuff like that. So, say you want to hide something from black man, put in the book, or from black person put in the book. So I'm seeking knowledge. A lot of black people read it. So you know what I'm saying, like, and my dad, he's an avid reader. He reads different than me, but I just kind of grew up around a lot of books. Grew up even around a lot of teachers. So I think my grandmother and my auntie, my grandmother and my auntie, was teachers, and my mom a teacher too. So my dad, pastor, but he's somewhat, that's like a form of teaching. And he was even, a college professor, so he even taught literally. Like in university or college setting. So yeah, a lot of education, is huge in my family, and I'm the only one, My immediate family, my 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 biological family, like my immediate family, like got a sister, mother, and dad, and they all have masters and above. Yeah, I mean, and I'm the only one doesn't even have a bachelor's. All I got is a high school diploma. So yeah. But the whole reading thing and the whole some, like gaining knowledge and seeking wisdom, that's one thing that I definitely have in me too.